Oh well. What's going on, guys? It's the Earth Shifter here. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Today we're gonna be talking about CHS. If you have CHS or you think you might have CHS or you know somebody that has CHS, leave a like and comment down below your symptoms and what you're going through, how you're coping with it. Maybe you can help somebody out in the comment section. So let's get into it. What is CHS? CHS is cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome or cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, something like that. I've heard 1,000 different ways you can say it. It's basically where your body cannot process THC anymore. It can't process THC. It can't process any cannabinoids at all. You probably can, but I haven't even I haven't even tried. If you have a bad enough experience, your ass is not even gonna fucking try it. I have zero urges to smoke weed anymore. I look down on it now. It's kind of childish to me. I see everybody else doing it. I kind of just be wishing they can get it too, cause I just be like, man, this shit is unfair. But a way to look at it is that God has a different calling for your life. Hey, that's you gotta look at it any way you can. Who can get CHS? Who can develop this syndrome? Anybody. Anybody who smokes prevalently can develop this syndrome, guys. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your dog, your cat, anybody, a squirrel, Tom down the street, he can get it too. Okay? Nobody's exempt from this syndrome, guys. What are the symptoms of CHS? The symptoms are nausea, vomiting, pain from the abdomen to the nape, uh, if you feel like you need to get in a shower sometimes just to ease the pain, maybe you have to look into that, especially if you're a prevalent stoner or you're a smoker. So, yeah, those are the symptoms of it. Now, let's get into my story, okay? First, we're going to start off with how long was doing it. I was doing it from ninth grade all the way up to pretty much 2024 now. So that's about 6 or 7 years. From 14 to I'm now 21. So that's a lot of time. Time has flew past. Honestly, I never thought it would just rack up like that. I remember reading comments. People be like, "I've been smoking 30 years," and I'd be like, "Damn." Now I see how this shit starts in your teenage years, and it just keeps going, and you don't really think about it. So my story is, my story is, how did I when was my first time having these type of symptoms? My first time having CHS symptoms was about, I want to say, guys, I honestly want to say about almost 2 years. A year to 2 years. It was in the predominant stage. So it wasn't really like alerting, it wasn't alarming enough for me to pinpoint exactly what was going on. So what started off for me at first was what started off for me at first was, I think, a form of stomach ulcers. I have this bump on my side, and I still do have it. I was telling people for the longest, I got this weird bump on my side. I hope it's not a tumor, this and that. Nobody could really tell me what it was. Every time I went to the doctor, I always pointed it out, and they just say, huh. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? This is your job. But they just humans too, I guess. So so yeah, it started off with this bump, this weird bump on my side. It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt for like, I say, the first 8 months. And then after a while, it just started to really sting in this area. It really did. Like, I start to feel some real uncomfortable pain from it. And it just dawned on me as time went on, and it's still here. Uh, so my first big symptoms, my red flags, were signs of anemia. Now, mind you, at the time I was working in a order selecting warehouse where it was cold. I was always running, pushing my body to the limit, so I couldn't really notice these things in my body. I was just thinking, okay, it's my environment, of course. My body's probably used to being cold, so I'm shivering all the time. No. No, no, no. Your body is not supposed to do that. Your body is supposed to maintain homeostasis and regulate itself. If your body cannot regulate itself, that means you have a problem going on. So yes, my first symptoms were anemia. And it would always come after I smoked. So I would get so cold. I would be freezing cold. I mean, colder than I would be inside of the warehouse. I would be freezing. I mean, freezing. I never shivered in the warehouse, and I'd just be sitting right here like I am right now, shivering. I had to put on 3 coats, hop in the shower. That's another thing. If you have to get in the shower, if you feel like getting in the shower helps something, then you need to go get that checked out. So that was a predominant stage, though. I didn't really think too much about it. Now, fast forward to now. Fast forward to now. Same usage. I mean, let me tell you how prevalent I was with doing it. I was pretty much smoking like how people smoke cigarettes. That's how I was doing it. I was pretty much microdosing kinda at the same time. Like I would wake up, sun up to sundown, you know, but I wouldn't face a whole blunt. I would just hit it until I'm high and then put it down and then come back like 4 hours, 5, 6 hours later and do it again. This became routine for a long time. So you gotta think, 6, 7 years. I'd say about 4 years heavy, doing it heavy and frequently. After a while, that shit adds up. So let me tell you about uh the episode I had. So I first had signs of this. First, I thought it was food poisoning, cause I got this big ass sandwich from this place, the size of a baseball mitt chicken, and it was so good. But I ate it, and it was this Jamaican jerk type of oil on it, and it was so acidic. It was so fake tasting. Like it was almost like a oil, like an essence oil that you burn with a what's those things called? A fucking incense. That's what it was like. It was that heavy, that aroma. It tastes so fake and manufactured. It's like, this ain't jerk. This is a jerk tasting sauce. It's not jerk sauce. You know what I mean? Anyways, I woke up that day after eating that, and I was feeling horrible. I was feeling horrible. I woke up and I was just like, yo, I couldn't even walk. I crawled to the bathroom. I was just so weak. I crawled to the bathroom, moaning and groaning, crawled to the bathroom. I threw that crap up out of me, and I was like, okay, I feel better. So I just went on about my day. I was like, all right, whatever. Uh, but I did start feeling more pain towards that little towards that little bump on my stomach, and we're gonna get into what that actually was in just a second. So days go by. I'm still back. I'm back to doing my normal use, and one other thing I need to add is stress level, stress and anxiety. That played a huge part. Um, I had my aunt move back in, and I'm not blaming nothing on her. I'm not blaming nothing on nobody. At the end of the day, I got myself in this situation, but it seemed like she just brought so much stress back. Needs, need, fuck it. But one day I came back and I was talking to her, and then, she was just going off how she needs this, needs that, and want this done. And I'm just standing there. I'm standing there. And as I'm standing there, I just feel my lungs just tightening up. I'm just like, yo, I gotta get some air right fucking now. And she had this weird herbal, misty mint smell going on, unnatural smell. I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here right now. I said, pause. I need to get some air right now. And I take a couple steps. Mind you, my ears start ringing. I can't hear anymore. It's like I got flashbang. I'm trying to get to the door. I'm trying to get air. I'm gasping. As I get to my front door, I literally collapse on the ground. I collapsed on the ground. I thought I was going to die on that ground. If I didn't get up and get air, I would have died is what I felt like. So I opened the door and I crawled out the front door, and I was gasping for air. Just gasping, gasping. I was gasping so loud that a neighbor came from across the street, and he came and he kind of just made me shake back into reality. He came, say, "You good? You good?" And I could barely hear him. My ears was ringing that loud, guys. Like I just couldn't hear. It's like I got hit with a concussion grenade. I'm breathing, I'm gasping for air, I'm ripping my chains off, I'm finna take my shirt off, just trying to gasp for air. He comes up, I shake back out of it. He's like, "You need something?" I come across the street. I'm like, yes sir, thank you. Thank you. You didn't even call somebody else. Like, nah, I'm finna call somebody. So he walked off. Mind you, people over there be talking so fucking much. I hear a bitch say, "Oh, he faking this and that." I'm like, "Man, bitch, I'll kick you in your fucking abdomen." So I I recovered myself from that. I was like, okay, maybe it's nothing. I've been kind of had that since I was young. I stand up and just pass out. If I sit down for too long, I think it's blood pressure related. But honestly, right there, I think I had a panic attack. I had an anxiety attack, a panic attack, something. Just so much stress you was just putting on. It's just like, yo, I gotta get some fucking air. I just walked in the door and here she comes with all these lists of things. And it's like, woman, I'm sorry just to be putting everything on somebody, but I'm just saying my story here. So a couple days passed. I'm back to my usual stuff. I'm back to blazing up because I don't know. I didn't know that it was cannabis related. I didn't know yet. So what triggered me? What triggered me to go? I started feeling pain. Back to hold up. I just skipped out on a very important part. I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but if you have this, then you're probably just listening anyways. So let's go back to that jerk chicken sandwich. I left this out. When I was throwing up, it was so acidic. The acid, the stomach acid, literally was almost finna burn a hole in my throat. As you hear how deep my voice is now, my voice was not like this before I threw up. The acid burned my throat so much that my voice box went down like 3 octaves. So it burned so bad. The acid. I just had to put that in there right there. Cause stomach acid, inflammation, all of that, stomach ulcers, all of that ties into each other. So let's skip back to the story. After I pass out, I'm back to my frequent use. So I don't think nothing of it. I'm going on about my day, and I'm starting to feel a little bit more pain constantly in my abdomen, the nape area. So I get to doing some research, and I finally come across something called stomach ulcers, peptic ulcers, things like that. And I'm reading up on it. I'm watching TED Talks. I'm watching all type of stuff. So I get recommended aloe vera, aloe vera juice, cabbage, because it has something in it that fights a bacteria called H. pylori. So I thought I was dealing with H. pylori and things like that, from maybe from the food or something like that. So I was taking. Matter of fact, I have the box. I have the box right here. So I was taking DGL. This is deglycerinated licorice, whatever it's called. So licorice extract. I was also taking L-glutamine. It's a L-glutamine. It helps to fight off it too. No, L-glutamine is like a band-aid for your stomach. It's like a band-aid. If you have any things internally, it'll go down and it'll act as a band-aid. And also we have, where's my L-theanine? I also had L-theanine, which I need to get my hands on because it helps with anxiety. Stress levels. Stress levels play a key part in you getting back better. It's important that you keep your stress low as fuck. So when somebody starts bothering you, either you slap the fuck out of them or you walk the hell away. Prioritize yourself here. So yeah, I was taking that. I was starting to feel better. I was sipping on aloe vera juice. It was easing the pain. It was so nasty though. Sipping aloe vera juice. I was taking these every day, my supplements, and I was leaving the house. Normally I would stay there, but I was just like, yo, I can't be in this house. I need to get out. I need to get some air. I don't have to be here now all 24/7. let me get out the house and just go see. Let me go explore this city, this new city that I'm in. This place I parked at, it was a Rolls Royce culling in there every day. I'm like, why not? I get to see Lambos and shit drive up the strip. Why not go sit there, write a couple of plans and stuff down? So back to the story. Fast forward, I'm back to my frequent use, and here comes the first episode. And this is why I thought it was food related for the longest, because it was always after I ate some things I know I shouldn't have ate at a bad time of night. 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Your body's not even digesting that. It's just sitting in your stomach. So I ate a spicy. I wasn't even supposed to eat eating spicy stuff. People told me do not eat spicy stuff if you have stomach ulcers. But I ate this. I was hungry. We had nothing else in there. I'm like, well, I'm gonna make this chicken sandwich. Shit. I'll make this chicken sandwich and I bake me some cookies. So I ate me a chicken sandwich and I ate like 3 cookies. I go to sleep. Everything's normal. All right. Normal. I wake up the next morning and here's that nausea, that fucking nausea. You wake up, you might be nauseous a little bit, and you might be like, let me just go back to sleep. I'll be fine when I wake up. Nah, hell no. I try to go back to sleep. This shit was not letting me sleep. It was like, you're trying to fight off that throw up. You don't really want to throw up. See, I'm not against throwing up. I don't like throwing up, but I tolerate it a lot more because, once you throw up, you feel a lot better. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, I cannot go back to sleep. So I'm getting up. I'm like, yo, I just start moaning and groaning again. Here I'm going. I'm back to crawling to the bathroom. So this time I get just puking up, just puking. I'm dry heaving, just puking up, just brown liquid, like, that's why I thought it was the cookies. It's like, okay, this just looks like cookies, I'm throwing up cookies and little chunks of chicken and stuff, and it's not getting rid of stuff, It's not progressing on, you throw up, you feel a little better. Nah, I throw up, wait 5 minutes, now I'm throwing up again. I was stuck in the bathroom on the floor. So then people in my house get to yelling, oh, call the medic, call the ambulance. Black people, don't call no fucking ambulance, bitch. I ain't paying no ambulance bill. Ain't nobody tell you to call that fucking ambulance, motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back because I'm sorry. I'm about to cut this out of the video. Yeah. So, yeah. The ambulance comes. Focus, please. Focus. So the ambulance comes. The medics are here. They come in and they get to questioning me and stuff. I'm in the bathroom. I have no shirt on. I'm in my underwear. I'm just sitting there, throw up on my mouth, throw up in the toilet, on the floor a little bit. Here they come in. And medics, man, they just look so dead inside. They really do. They really look so dead inside. They're draining to be around. I'm sure they seen some fucked up shit, though. So I can't even blame them. They get to telling me this and that. They're like, look, we got a stretcher outside. Man, they want to get me. They say, hey, we going to get some commission from this dude. So I say, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. Why not? Let's just go to the damn hospital. I bite the bullet again. So I get on my stretcher and I'm going there. And man, it's like the atmosphere in the hospital just makes you 1,000 times worse. The second I got in that hospital, it's like my pain just amplified times 1,000. Like, I literally became a zombie in there. I was out of it, like, fucked up. They wheeling me around in a wheelchair and shit. They gave me a barf bag. I'm okay for like 10 minutes. I'm just sitting in the waiting room waiting, which I think is crazy as too. Like, if you get shot, your ass is waiting in a fucking room. I low-key hate the way this system is set up. But here we go. Now I'm talking to the nurses and shit. They're telling me, I'm telling them all my symptoms and stuff. I'm telling them, yes, I do use marijuana. I do that. There's no point in you lying to the doctors. They're trying to help you at the end of the day. So everything's fine for a little bit. I'm still feeling horrible. Actually, when I was coming in here, I heard somebody fucking cutting up, like, I mean, going crazy, like, ah, ah. And turns out he had the same shit I had. So they wheeled me into the room, and I'm talking to the doctor, this and that. Yeah. I'm okay then. It's the second I get into my own personal room is when I start having these symptoms again. So, you know, it's so cold in that room too. It's so cold. It's so cold, bro. It's so cold. Please stay out of the house. It's so cold in there, bro. And they ain't gonna do shit but give you some hot towels that last for 2 minutes, and then you're back to cold again. They're so useless. They honestly are. They honestly are. The only real doctors and stuff are combat medics in the military, honestly. The rest of these people are just normal people who went to school and fucking trying to pay off their enormous amount of debt, so they don't give a shit anymore. So, I'm in the room. I'm fucked up. I'm on the floor. Because being on the floor helps me when I'm throwing up. I don't know why. But being on the floor really just helps. It's like, shit, I can't go any lower. Shit. So, I get my bag. I'm throwing up. I'm dry heaving. I'm throwing up. Man, I was at the point where I was damn near begging this nurse, knock me the fuck out. I don't want to feel this pain no more. I do not want to be awake. Please just give me some shit. Give me the strongest shit you got. Fucking kill me if you care. I don't care. I did not care at that point. I just wanted to not be present during this pain. So, puking, they're like, oh, you can't drink any water, this and that. I'm like, yo, if I drink water, I know for a fact this water's gonna go in and grab whatever the hell needs to come out of me, and I'm gonna throw it up. What delayed my process was them telling me not to drink water. I'm like, bitch, if I don't know how my body works. That's how I got over that first throwing up. I just drank some water, I threw it all up, and I said, okay, I'm fine. But I'm sorry, I keep calling people bitches and shit. It's really agitating, guys. I can't smoke anymore, so my anger just went through the fucking roof. I wish somebody would try me. Oh, I'm so passionate about that. I want a motherfucker to try me. Let me get back on topic. So I'm throwing up. Here comes this one doctor, okay? Now, I'm grateful that he knew what my symptoms were, because I've been trying to figure this out for 2 years. Nobody could really tell me. But at the same time, the way he came off was so fucking condescending and just like an asshole. It's just like, he's just looking at me with no remorse. Like I meant to get fucking sick. I get it. You might have to deal with somebody somebody might be bleeding out or some shit, but it's not, okay? So he said, yeah, he's the second one today. And so apparently, that's when he told me, it was like, you have CHS, Cannabinoid Hyperemesis syndrome. He said hyperemesis. His dumbass couldn't even say it right. Syndrome. And I was the second one. So the guy I heard cutting up, he had the same shit. He was throwing up. He was in pain. Guys, I keep leaving out crazy information. The night before, I was at an IKEA parking lot. I was just chilling. This homeless dude comes up to me. He's like, you got a cigarette? I was low-key scared. I started talking to him and asked him, like, no cigarette. Tell me why I'm getting wheeled in the ER. I look to the right. This nigga's just sitting on the chair. Happy as can be. I'm like, why is this nigga in here? This is so random. Everything was just so random, man. I was getting wheeled in. I looked at my nurse. I was like, bro, I saw that dude yesterday. What if he like a witch or some shit? He casted a spell on me. Whatever. So back to, yeah, he says I had CHS. This and that, that I'm, and they're going to run some scans. They're going to run some tests on me. So that's what they did. Now, he's gone. That's how doctors do. They'll come in. Oh, you'll be waiting like 2 hours for them to come back. They just pussyfoot around and do all this extra stuff. Flirt with the bitches and shit. I don't blame them. Them nurses be bad in a motherfucker. So, yeah, he's doing all that. They said when you can eat this cracker and drink a little bit of this, then we can release you, pretty much. So I wasn't having that at all. Now I'm laying in the bed. I'm laying in the bed. I'm just feeling so uncomfortable because it's so cold. Two, the bed, it's like claustrophobic. You kind of just boxed in this shit. It's like fuck, man. So I start kicking my feet. I start having a little mini panic attack right then and there in the bed. I start kicking my feet and going crazy for like 30 seconds. So the doc had to come in. The nurse came in and she started giving me all the stuff like Phenerigan, Losafram, stuff like that to calm me down. They dripped it through my IV and stuff. So after time goes on, I'm kind of sedated. I'm finally chilling. I have to really get in that mode to chill. I really have to just let go and let the thing just drip into my blood and just let it take over. So time goes by. The doc comes back and he says, yes, you have CHS. And he also said that my kidney or my liver, I think it was my kidney, was 0.2% from failing. 0.2%. That's how much I was throwing up. I lost so much fluid that I almost died, to be real with you. I guess, I care, bro. Fuck it. So, yeah. He's like, you have CHS, your kidney, this and that. You need to stay hydrated. So that's why they would give me all those fluids and IVs and stuff. So I finally, time goes by, and I say, you know what? I'm so ready to get up out this hospital bed. It's cold as fuck. These nurses and people are annoying as hell. They don't have hearts anymore. They're all drained and dead, whatever. I'm like, I'm ready to get the hell up out of here. All right. I take a couple sips of this stuff, eat a cracker, and I'm like, yeah, let me just get the fuck out of here. All right. They can't do shit for me. They're useless. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, honestly. That's pretty much it. I haven't smoked since then. I'm about that was what, the 24th of October, so that's about 11, 12 days. I've been clean off of marijuana. So it sucks. It really does suck. If you have this syndrome, I'm sorry that it happens. It happens to the realest of people, though, is what I'm noticing. All the videos I'm watching, it seems like great people, They all got ambitions and stuff like that. And it just sucks that it has to happen to us. But it's important to really take tolerance breaks. It's important to slow down. It's important to stop smoking for however long you can. If you can go a couple of months, then that's the best way to do it to prevent this. If you don't have it, you want to prevent yourself from getting this. Because who doesn't want to smoke for the rest of their life? I can't no more. I would love to. I'm pretty sure one day I'm probably am going to pick it back up just a little bit. I'm pretty sure one day I'm going to be like, yo, I'm going to smoke me a blunt real quick. Or a joint. I'm going to hit me a couple of this. So now let's get to how I'm coping with it. So the doc, he prescribed me hydroxyzine, which I need to get some more of. That's for anxiety. It really does kind of help a lot, but I'm not too dependent on it. Here goes famotidine. This is for nausea and pain. I don't really take that too much. I took it for like a week at first, but I really only take it when I know I'm gonna feel a little nauseous. And we have Odensetron. This is for if you are vomiting and nauseous already, and you need to get that down. They also recommended me promethazine. I thought it was the real promethazine. I was happy. I was like, oh yeah, doc done looked out. He done gave me some promethazine. Man, this motherfucker gave me a suppository, man. You gotta stick this shit up your ass. I'm like, man, this doc playing with me, bro. He playing with me, man. So I don't even take that. I'm not doing that. But if I was in that dire situation, of course I probably would. But I'm not. So I'm not doing that. So how am I coping with it? And what can you still do? No. I haven't tried smoking yet again. I really don't want another episode. I don't want another hospital bill. I don't want to go back in the hospital. So I haven't even tried it to experiment with it yet. And I really just don't want to. Because how close my kidneys were to failing. Maybe if your kidneys weren't failing, maybe you could try it, but I essentially was pretty close to that fucking line, that thin gray line, if you know what I mean. So how I'm coping with it is you can still do this. You can still consume nicotine. I was looking around at that at first. They say yes, you can still consume this shit. I've been fine off of that, honestly. Also, guys, I'm putting you on right now. If you're still watching this video and you're like, man, I can't go my whole life, I'm putting you on right now, guys. Just find a different drug. Honestly, bro, if you can't, you just find something else that's not gonna fucking kill you in the long run. Find something natural. Find a natural remedy, guys. There's plenty of other way to get by. Just don't go, fucking heroin or some fucking cocaine or some shit. But I'm just saying, it's not completely over. You can still have a good time, get lit with your friends. You can still do all of that stuff. You just have to really think in moderation when you do it. You really have to. Like I said, I haven't tried to smoke again. I'll probably try in about 3 weeks. Cause I'll probably try again. A couple hits maybe, but until then, man, I'm just gonna keep microdosing on these. They feel great. Keeps the anxiety low. If you don't fuck around and fuck your own shit up. But yeah, that's how I'm coping. And plans for the future, I really don't plan. I really don't plan to start back smoking as heavy as I was. I really don't plan on doing it. Like I said, my mindset kind of shifted. It's been shifting and it's gonna keep shifting to where you kind of have to look down on this. I recommend you join a recovery group so you can share your pain with people who know exactly what you're going through. I read a comment on there and said exactly how I felt. They told the doctor, knock me the fuck out. Please. Please. I was like, damn, I said the same shit. Like, yo, I'm begging her to knock me out, yo. Like, girl, I don't care if you gotta take a sledgehammer. Get me out of here. So yeah, I recommend joining a recovery group. I'm gonna put some links down in the description if you guys do want to join a group. I'm in a pretty good group. I mean, they welcomed me in a group. The first day I joined the group, they literally put a post up for me and 3 other people. They said, welcome. They said, welcome, Evan, welcome. They said, welcome. I said, okay, I'm in a good place here. People are sharing their frustrations as well. You're not the only one who's mad they can't smoke anymore. Everybody in my recovery group is mad as hell they can't smoke. These are real stoners, guys. These are the real stoners who can't do this anymore. They're like, yo, how whiz ass get to smoke and I can't? This shit makes me angry. I know. They're like, why us? I was also losing weight too. I lost a lot of weight visually. I looked at more sick and stuff. So now I'm starting to gain my mass back. I'm starting to feel good. I don't feel pain. I don't feel too much pain anymore. Not in my stomach. Sometimes I do feel pain, but fuck it. When I feel pain, I just drink some hydrating liquids. Oh man, I left my little drinking gear in my car. I just drink some liquids and stuff. I really make sure you stay on top of staying hydrated, especially if you're still throwing up. You need your fluids in your body or your body will fail. It's like running a car with no oil. Something's going to fuck up soon. And you need to go ahead and fix that. If you're having any of these symptoms, guys, make sure you go get checked out, especially if you're a heavy smoker. If you're feeling anemia, that's the biggest red flag. If you're feeling anemia, if you're feeling anemic, cold as fuck, cold as hell, it feels like a demon is inside of you. Cold as hell. Shivering. You're cold as fuck. Go get that shit checked out, yo. Go get it checked out. If you're feeling any pain from the abdomen to the nape area, go get that checked out. You should not be feeling that, especially in your 20s, your teens. You should not be feeling that yet. You shouldn't be feeling this until you're about 70, 60. Stuff like that. Get that checked out. Stay on top of that. How has this syndrome changed me? it just sucks, honestly. It really does. It really does suck that you can't do what you were doing to help with your anxiety and your stress levels. You can't do that anymore. So it's like you need to find new hobbies. You need to find things you could preoccupy yourself with. What I've been doing is I've been working harder on my Etsy store. I've been talking to my contractors that live in Germany. I've been getting to know her. We've been growing a relationship. We've been getting closer. I'm working on, I'm just trying to keep my mind busy. I'm just trying to stay occupied. I'm trying to get that same drive because I'm thinking, man, if I can just get a good amount of money, all of these problems really won't affect me. I won't have an issue with going to the ER. I won't have an issue with buying a new kidney if I ever had to. Smoking some premium A grade shit that doesn't have. Because, guys, one thing also is it could be the bud you're smoking. It could have neem oil in it, a pesticide that it's a natural pesticide, but to the body it can kill you. It can hurt you in the long run. And I didn't even have this until I switched plugs. The big plug. And let me tell you another thing. When I was at the hospital, I was coming back from the bathroom. This is why I said it was so trippy. I was coming back from the bathroom. Bro, tell me why I look up and I see the nigga that served me sitting in the chair. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? This nigga had the buffs on. I was like, I know right there. He ain't hit me up since then, bro. It had to be him. He saw me, bro. I was walking like a fucking zombie, guys. I could not even stand up and walk, guys. I just couldn't. I was so weak. I was literally about to die, like they said. I needed fluid in my body. I was dehydrated. That's the main thing of this, is staying hydrated, keeping your fluids up to balance. And so yeah, also watch what you're smoking, man. Watch who you get it from. If your plug is broke, fuck them. You want your plug pulling up in a Mercedes, a nice ass car. You want to be going to your plug. You want to be doing nice shit. You want to be smoking that A grade shit. You don't be smoking no bunk ass, random ass weed. I hate these fake trapping ass niggas, bro, who just get their weed from anybody and don't care. You need to find a passionate plug. Find you a fucking John. Find you a Jimmy. Find you a Brad with long hair and loves to grow shit. He grows mushrooms. He does LSD. He just grows shit. He has a whole indoor grow. Find you one of those guys who loves to do what they do. Not one of these broke motherfuckers who's just trying to serve you any type of gas they get. They're middleman and everybody's middleman. And find you a plug. Find you a grower. Grow your own shit. Pretty much is what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't really plan to ever really smoke again, to be real. I don't even have urges anymore. I look down on it now. It's childish to me. I see everybody else doing it. I just shake my head now. I'm like, you fucking childish motherfucker. Yeah, I just look down on it now. That's the only way you can do. It's kind of a blessing in disguise. Everybody says they're going to quit one day. Now your ass has a reason. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. On who can get it, like I said, let me go back over it. CHS, abbreviated for cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. Who can get it? Anybody. Your mama, your dog, your baby, your cat, your cousin, your uncle. Anybody can fucking get this shit. What are the symptoms? Nausea, throwing up, and my personal anemia. That was the biggest one for me. Pain from the abdomen to the nape. My story was frequent smoking. Too much, too long. It's too much, too frequently, over too long of a time. If you put this equation in, you can see how this could be cataclysmic to your body after a while. So that's my story. How I'm coping with it. Find other drugs. Stop doing it. Supply yourself with find other ways to fulfill yourself, whether that be entrepreneurship, whether that be drawing, making music. Just try to stay preoccupied. Just try to replace that urge with something. What I'm trying to do is just get rich. I'm trying to get rich so I don't have to worry about hospital bills anymore. I don't have to worry about all this shit. 99% of your problems are gone when you get rich. So I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to get a nice house. I want a beautiful modern house, like a 1 bedroom house, just like a bachelor pad. I want to have a nice car, like a Porsche outside and shit. Like, I want it to be off, off, away. Leave me the fuck alone. I would love that. I can't wait for that to happen. Uh, One other thing is keep God in your life. Thank God for giving you a second chance. I complain a lot, but I gotta realize that I could have really died. Honestly, I could have. My kidney was point 0.2 from failing. So who's to say it won't fail? Who's to say I don't have some type of underlying disease? I'm learning to let go. I've learned to let go. It's kind of bad. I just don't care anymore. I care, but fuck it. This earth is a fucking shit show sometimes. So it's got to be a better place. So yeah, that's how I'm coping, guys. My name is Sweat or the Earth Shifter. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the channel. Check the links in the description if you have CHS or you want to learn more about it. I'm gonna leave an article. If you want to join a Facebook recovery group, it is invite only. So a Facebook recovery group, you cannot talk about pretty much what I said. You can't say that you're taking this now instead of doing that. No encouragement of drug use in that group at all. It's just a recovery group. Everybody's trying to get better. Everybody's going through the same shit in there. It's a really good place, honestly. Share your pain with people and stuff. Yeah. So make sure you guys do like and subscribe. This is a bit of a different video. Let me know if you guys like content like this, because I don't mind making this. This is actually a pretty fine. This is pretty, this is kind of therapeutic for me. So make sure you guys do like and subscribe. Like I said again. And yeah, I'm out.